He actually met me before her. For the sake of this writing, I will be polite enough to refer to this woman as her. I can't bear to call her name on my lips, her name feels like gravel on my tongue. This should tell you how much I wouldn't want to hear, see and talk about her. She had stolen him from me. Who was him? Likewise, I won't give you him's name outrightly. Let's just refer to both of them as him and her. I met him as a 200-level student, who just met the Lord. I had been a rebellious daughter of my parents, but one day, I met God after watching a stage drama that had been staged publicly by one of the campus fellowships. My heart was won that night by God and him. Him had featured powerfully as the lead character of the drama that tore my heart to pieces before God. I gave my life and my heart completely to God that night. However, there was something special about him, I couldn't point it out. Something attracted me to him. I joined the fellowship with a sincere heart to love and serve God. Him was the drama coordinator and prayer coordinator. He wasn't the fellowship pastor, but he carried more grace than every other brother in the fellowship. The fellowship pastor was fondly called Daddy, while him was called Papa, a name I gave him. I moved closer to him as a new convert in Christ who was genuinely hungry for God, so he could help me grow spiritually. He was also interested in my growth, and as if things were already premeditated by a higher force, we became inseparable. I became his official spiritual daughter. I called him Papa. We were so into each other, so much so that people thought we were dating. I cooked his meals, I washed his clothes voluntarily, and I cleaned his room. He was always sharing his vision with me, of which he will show me the confirmation from the scriptures. Gradually, I started hearing from God, and one day I heard these words in my spirit. You were made for him, my joy knew no bounds. I was made for him. God had just confirmed my thoughts concerning him, my beloved Papa. With a heart lifted high and bubbling with excitement, I went to the fellowship center, hoping to see him. I didn't know if I was going to share what I heard with him, but I knew I just wanted to see his face. My mouth was filled with songs of praises, as I walked towards the fellowship center. Oh my! I was on top of the universe. I had started seeing myself as his wife. The vision about him having a 100,000 capacity auditorium was too good to be true. I must have shouted 1,000 hallelujahs in between my 10-minute walk to the fellowship center. Like a burst balloon, you need to have seen me, when Sister Joy of the prayer team called me in a rush when I got to the fellowship center. Sis Timmy, good evening sis. I have been waiting for you to show up, Sis Joy had said. Really? What's up? I asked Sis Joy. There is something God has been revealing to me for a while, and I don't know who to share it with, but as Papa's best friend, I believe I should let you know about it. I know you will be able to share it better with him, Sis Joy was saying. Okay. I couldn't wait to hear what it was. I was thinking it was probably a revelation, something I needed to pray about. I wasn't a person who joked with anything that had to do with Papa. He was my life. You see, for the past 3 months, I have been having revelations pointing to the fact that Papa is the perfect will of God for my life. Sis Joy said. My heart actually stopped beating for some seconds, but gratefully I did not die. You see, the very first dream I had was seeing myself at the top of an Iroko tree, and I saw Papa at the bottom of the tree. He wanted to climb the tree, but there was no ladder. Suddenly, I noticed my hand became so long that I was able to pull him up to the top of the tree. On getting to the top of the tree, he said, "Now I know you are my destiny," Sis Joy said convincingly. I had my mouth open wide. I hope you understand me, Sis Timmy. I also saw that. I kept looking at her with no words for her, or what was I meant to say? Sister Joy, if you were to be someone else I would have concluded that you were confused and needed help, but since you are a spiritual person, I will suggest you pray well and look elsewhere, because as we speak, Papa is seriously engaged to a lady named Atanuke. He is just quiet about it, I said. What? Atanuke? Who is that? You need to have seen the look of hatred on her face. Well, I have met her, and I must tell you, Papa is so much in love with her. She has met his parents, and he has done likewise too. Sister Joy's hope had been dashed. To be continued.